love the hat. It looks like they figure the sun, and I'm like, yeah,
No,
it's
it
coming
fits.
down on top. Might as well make it look like soccer.
Yeah. I mean, not a bad choice.
Or is it even?
Yeah, you want to turn around?
As we welcome you outside to the Viterbo Athletic Complex here in beautiful La Crosse, Wisconsin for this non-conference, non-divisional matchup here this afternoon between the Carleton Knights of the Minnesota Intercollegiate Athletic Conference in Division III and the Viterbo V-Hawks of the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference in the NAIA. Hello again, everybody. I'm Cooper Lipsky. Glad you could be joining us here on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. You know, they say it's the first week of football, and I guess you're right. But here we've already played a couple games this season for these two clubs. For the Carleton, they enter at a perfect 3-0 record. They have not trailed in any match so far this season. They're looking for their 4th win in a row. For Viterbo, unbeaten to begin the campaign, a 5-0 victory over Dakota Wesleyan last time out here at the Outdoor Athletic Complex. They also have 2 draws under their belts. One against UW Stout in a 3-3 match, and then a 1-1 draw against Mount Mercy. But we have the starting lineups here in this afternoon's matchup, and this is how the visiting Carleton Knights will line up. Bob Carlson, his 29th season. That's how they'll look up. Only one change from this past week, and that be Ben Roman in place of Finn Lennon. You go with 4 defenders in the back with Alexander Grosha, Josh Zibrak, and Hayes Turner. The midfield, Asher Burt, Felix Shapiro, Briggs Preem, and Jonathan Vanderlage. And up front, Ben Pinnell and Luke Brown. Pinnell, one player to watch for in this one, scored 2 goals in their most recent matchup against Bethany Lutheran, a 3-2 victory there. For Roberto Yepes in his 3rd season. Here this afternoon, one change as well. Aiden Greer is going to be out in place of Johan Hamstrom in the midfield. The defense will have 5 in the back with Andriy Ketsuk, Mateo Torres, Ethan Stewart, Ted Holstein, and Arnaud Perot-Ouillet. The midfield, Alvaro Paquette Oliveira had 2 assists in their last match here against Dakota Wesleyan. Johan Hamstrom, as we mentioned, and the captain Marcelo Puertas in the midfield. Joaquin Eichhorn and Jakubas Jankauskis, the Lithuanian wonder kid, right now. 3 goals on the season for him, and he has been dynamite up front for the Viterbo squad. Viterbo will be in the all-white kits here this afternoon. The traveling Knights will be in the navy tops. As the weather here this afternoon will look as such, 63 degrees outside. It says partly cloudy, and that does appear as it is. Wind out of the northwest at about 7 miles per hour. So it'll be blowing from right to left, and whatever you're watching on Viterbo, moving from right to left, and the Carleton Knights left to right. Here we go, underway. Glad you could join us here on this Sunday afternoon. Viterbo looking to stay unbeaten. Same with Carleton. Won't be an easy task, however, as Jankauskis here on the near side with it. So he'll be pushing up the field. Plays it on back. Trying to go forward with it is Ketsuk in the box, trying to set it up. Shot on goal. It's going to be wide right of the net by Johan Hamstrom. Not a bad start, being able to press up the pitch like that. Pitching it back and forth. Alvaro Paquette Oliveira with the feed pass back to Hamstrom, who missed it. And already, here's Jankauskis in the near corner with it. Dancing with it, taking 2 defenders with him. Cutting into the box, centers it. And that one almost going to sneak on through into the net. Great stop by Leo Kugel. But Joaquin Eichhorn making the run. Had a little more pace on it, might have skipped in. Already a promising start here for the V-Hawks. course, you could say they're somewhat of the underdogs in this one. D3 NAIA bout between the two squads here this afternoon. Carleton, no slouch as well. Finishing fourth, tied for fourth with 18 points last season in the MIAC Conference. Viterbo pressing forward, numbers not in their favor. Making that push forward was Mateo Torres. Of course, Carleton finishing in the semifinal, losing their contest to Gustavus Adolphus 3-2 in that one. And that would effectively end their season. But a program with a whole lot of history for this Knights squad under Bob Carlson. As I mentioned, in his 29th season, he has the 12th most wins among active Division III coaches entering this season. Pushing forward on the far side, trying an in-swinger, and headed, or for a moment, it was Kugel who collides with the attacking run of Eichhorn. And the official will call it dead.
Just a simple collide.
Just a simple collide. Here with No Way once again. He is our rules analyst as well as vocabulary, so make sure we get all the numbers and the names right.
Exactly.
Make sure we get the plays right if we're calling it right. As Viterbo trying to remain high in press here. As offsides will be called, Eichhorn. Playing tied against Leo Kugel is listed as a captain here in this one, the goalkeeper for the Knights. The wind howling here this afternoon from the Viterbo Outdoor Athletic Complex. But a good squad, this Carleton Knight team. 3 wins, 3 goals in each of those 3 matches, as a foul is going to be called against Eichhorn. Also had a 3-1 win against Simpson College, where 3 players did get on the score sheet, and a 3-1 victory over UW River Falls so far this season. 5 minutes gone by here in the first half. Carleton Knights, Turbo V-Hawks. V-Hawk Sports Network. On a beautiful Sunday afternoon. I'll play it all the way back to Peter Caleno. Liz as the number 1 goalkeeper here for this Viterbo squad. Had a really good game in the home debut against Dakota Wesley, and only saw about 2 shots against him, and he saved both of them. That 5-0 shutout. This one turned over. Coming the other way with it. Here's Vanderlage. Has it deflected away. Playing it all the way back. Briggs Preem. Out to the near side, dancing with it. Hayes Turner kicks it forward. Here's Asher Bird. Tries to go between the legs of Ethan Stewart to no avail. Able to retain it, however, Vanderlage. Bit of pressure put on here by the Knights in the last 2 minutes or so. Off of 1 turnover, spinning away, Preem breaks forward, slings it to the near side. Here comes Hayes Turner, centering pass, can't find a body, just behind Ben Pinnell. Played all the way out to the far side, Luke Brown now. Brown plays it back. Prime opportunity there for the Knights, unable to convert. Now it's turned over. Here's Eichhorn calling for Jankowskis to make the run forward. Great ball. Over top, it'll fall into the mitts of Leo Kugel. I said Ben Pinnell's name there on the attack. Pinnell with already 4 goals this season. 2-goal game against Bethany Lutheran, as we said. As there, an offsides is going to be called as Pinnell's in-swinger deflected away. Pinell, a senior out of San Francisco, California, since 2022 has started in 46 of the 48 matches he's played in. Last year in 2023, 13 goals, which led the team. He was third in the conference, had 8 goals in 2024, which was second best on the team. So 27 career goals for him. 0-0 the score here from the Viterbo Outdoor Athletic Complex of the Hawk Sports Network. This one headed down. Push to the far side. Ben Roman going to be colliding with Torres on the far side of the pitch. And they're going to say it was last touched by Roman. No subs on quite yet here in this contest. You throw in. For this Viterbo squad, I guess you could say, as well as Carleton, a 4th place finish last year in the Chicagoland Conference, finishing with 19 points. 1 point better than Carleton. Carleton with 18 points in their campaign. Carleton finishing 6-4-0. That's 6 wins, 4 losses, no draws. And for Viterbo, 5 wins, 1 draw, 4 losses. Or no, my apologies. 5 wins, 1 loss, 4 draws. Not bad whatsoever. Throw goes to the far side. Now we're back to play here. To the near side it goes. Chasing after it is Ethan Stewart. Stewart. Now back to Hamstrom. Back to Stewart. This one deflected out of bounds. Right in front of those people walking with chairs in. And undeterred. Ball goes flying right past them, and they just keep on walking. Perhaps from the angle we're sitting up here, maybe it looks a little bit worse. That one played right in front of the fence there. Whole group of people sitting on that near side. Here in about the 9th minute of play from the Viterbo Outdoor Athletic Complex. 0-0 the score. Carleton and Viterbo. Viterbo with a good team this season. Of course, a team that made the conference tournament last season and the year prior to that, as this ball pressed forward. As Perot able to clear it for the time being. Play back to Hamstrom. Plays it inward. He's going to send it all the way back to Carleton. Back-to-back years, back-to-back losses in that quarterfinal round to Olivet Nazarene. Try to get over the hill. Get those guys in their sights and try to take care of bits as Hamstrom plays this outside the boundaries. It'll be a throw-in for Carleton. Hayes Turner set to do the duties. That one headed into the box by Marcelo Puertas. Almost out of bounds for a moment. It'll be another throw-in, however. Trying to take it quickly is Vanderlage. Okay, Brown running. This one cleared out, and it'll be a corner. First corner of the afternoon for either side. Vanderlage to do the honors here. Raises the right arm. The left foot, it comes in. Carleton comes down with it. Looking to press forward. Going to try to release Eichhorn. He can't quite get to it. Great hustle. Just a tad bit late. It was a good ball over the top by Carleton. Trying to catch him sleeping. As now, the pass comes forward. Headed away, a collision in the air. Down go a couple players. One of them Eichhorn for Viterbo. And the other one, Josh Zebrak. Eichhorn and Jankowskis, the big two up front for Viterbo. Between the two of them, a grand total of 6 goals.
3 and 3.
3 and 3, yes. Had in the last match, Eichhorn with a pair, a brace, both penalty goals, or penalty kick goals. Played all the way out for a moment, almost was taken away by the rushing Paquette Oliveira. But Kugel able to retain it, and Carleton trying to push forward once again. Ball left loose in the midfield. Partas heads it. Now here's Pennell, plays it back. Jankowskis even got in on it in that Dakota Wesleyan match. It's all 5 goals. Perot-Huillet also getting on the score sheet, and even late in that one, Sebastian Ortiz with his first collegiate goal. 33 minutes left here in the opening half. 0-0 the score. Nil apiece. Ball goes forward to Jankowskis, battling with Hayes Turner. That ball deflected there. Hayes Turner tried to take the free kick, but Jankowskis relentless to get out of the way. Unrelenting, that's a better word. Still, he got kicked in the back, and Turbo takes over. For the time being, another deflection. Here's Turner again. Carleton coming up. A midweek clash against Grinnell College. That'll be away as this one left loose in the midfield. As racing forward with it. Here's Paquette Oliveira. He almost goes down in the box, just outside the box. As here comes Hayes Turner. Cutting between the Viterbo defense. Still pushing forward. Sends it to the far side. Here's Pennell. Plays it down. Trips over the ball. Now gets it back and cleared away. Quite the run there by Hayes Turner going up the pitch. Trying to find Ben Pennell, and Turbo defense in the last third there as calling off sides, and that it is. Luke Brown was caught in the no-no area. Regardless, good stop by Kalania back there.
Oh, yeah.
Even if it was offsides, you know, good to get that practice there. A good warm-up for him. He tries to get it to the near side, leaves it short. Here's Vanderlage, plays it in. Back out. Here's Brown. Back to Vanderlage on the near side, just outside the 18-yard box. He tries going past a couple defenders. Runs into Arnaud Perot-Huillet. Viterbo breaking forward. Here's Eichhorn. Eichhorn dancing with it, able to get past some defenders. Still pushing forward. Now he's going to dump it off. Mateo Torres centers it and couldn't find a body. Ball comes back to Viterbo, however. To the near side, Ethan Stewart plays it in. Jankowskis back out. 30 minutes left to play here in the opening half. Inswinger comes in, headed down. Stewart calling for a handball, but I think it falls on deaf ears. As Pennell pushing forward for the Knights, taken away. Trying to keep that pressure up, comes back to Stewart on the near side. Ball comes into Handstrom. Handstrom we did not see in the last match here against Dakota Wesleyan. As that ball unable to find a head and cleared away for the time being. There's Handstrom again from Sweden. From Stockholm, Sweden. A couple of Swedes on the team joining them, including that of Emil Larsson and Ted Holstein. Stewart centers it to Puertas. Tries to look to the near side, and not ready for it was Andriy Ketsuk. Hayes Turner set to throw this one in for the Knights. 29 minutes left to play here in the opening half. 0-0 the score. A couple of opportunities. I think in this one so far the best opportunity has come for the Knights. Viterbo has had shots inside the box, but nothing with any real pace or accuracy. As Eichhorn takes a man down for the Knights. And one ball came sweeping through the box for the Knights and trying to pick out Brown, but just a little bit behind him. Couldn't get it to him, but right in front of the net. Probably the best opportunity so far. Staying tough on the far side of the pitch. Turbo, I believe that was Mateo Torres. As he'll play it all the way back to Briggs Preem. Preem in the midfield. Talk about Preem a little bit. Starting in his 4th game this season. He appeared in all 4. He started in all 4. Does have himself a goal and an assist. Last year he was all MEAC, part of the conference team there. Since 2022, he has started every game. He's appeared in all 60 of them up to this point. So that's 61 and 61 for him here this afternoon. On the far side, poked away and cleared by Viterbo. All the way back to Josh Zebrak. As here's Jankowskis. Cuts inward. Trying to slip it forward. Can't quite find a body. Alexander Grosha gets to the far side for the Knights. Ball all the way across the pitch here, finding Felix Shapiro. Shapiro back to Turner. Turner slips it forward. Here's Vanderlage. In ball, can't find anybody, and a foul called for the Knights. Back by where Hayes Turner was standing once he got tabletops, making his run forward, and Turbo defenders cutting in front of him. So a prime opportunity here for Jonathan Vanderlage to try to get Carleton in front. 2 Viterbo defenders making up the wall. The in-swinger played back deep. Header is headed away. Be a corner this time around, but Mateo Torres making the run to head that one away. Gets the seal of approval from Peter Caleno. That's a high ball to the far post. It's going to be cleared out by Viterbo as far back as Preem. Setting up for another opportunity here. Cuts in on the right foot, trying to pass it back. Can't connect. Making the move there was Ben Pinnell. As Viterbo remaining tough, trying to win that ball back, trying to get some possession going their way. Not quite. As falling down in the midfield was Vanderlage for the moment. Almost looked like Viterbo would get possession back. Here comes the Knights once again. Trying to clear it out. That's here pushing forward. Eichhorn. Numbers on his favor. Likes to pull it back. Now here comes back to Eichhorn. Eichhorn. Now to Jankowskis. All the way back. Taking up the midfield. Right outside the 18-yard box is Handstrom. He pokes out. Now he's in control. Helping out Mateo Torres on the feet. He'll walk it down to the corner. Trying to spin off his defender. Good work by Josh Zebrak to keep any real offensive momentum moving for Viterbo. It's played out of bounds. It'll be thrown by Ben Roman. Imagine Ben Roman coming in, getting the start here this afternoon. Roman making his first start. He started 18 matches in 19 in 2024. A no goal, 2 shots, 1 on goal, no assists in his freshman season. Comes in as a sophomore out of Evanston, Illinois. Taking over for Finn Lennon. Lennon, a first-year player who up to this point had started in all 3 matches for Carleton. .23 minutes left to play here in the opening half. Here to the near side it goes, Ethan Stewart. Plays it all the way back to Pirouillet. To Carleton. Ball out of his box. Trying to find somebody. Out of bounds it goes, and it'll be a throw-in from the far side for Viterbo. Torres set to throw it in to Paquette Oliveira, who sends it back. Trying to go forward, trying to find Jankowskis, can't quite get there. Headed away by Turner. Holding it, Felix Shapiro to the near side to Hayes Turner. Tries to go cross pitch, able to pick out Ben Pinnell. Now making a run. On the far side, as that one's kicked out of bounds, was Ben Roman. Good find, good run. A good defensive block by Ted Holstein. Be the 3rd corner of the match for Carleton, as they once again look to get something on the board. Vander Lage, big right foot in swinger. Plays it all the way back, headed down, and played out. Pirouillet able to head it away for the time being. As now trying to release Jankowskis here, chasing after it. Can't keep it inside the boundary line, and out of bounds it goes. It looked like a moment there once you get Jankowskis one-on-one with anybody. I mean, from what I've seen, I've only seen him in 1 match, but boy, that guy, he's pretty good. Love watching him play.
He dances around.
He dances with it. We saw that right away in the first minute of this match here. So here's Eichhorn. With the left foot, tries to pick out a body in Paquette Oliveira, but can't quite. And now Carleton pressing forward again. Carleton have won the last 6 matchups, outscoring Viterbo 28-2 in that span. Last time Viterbo has taken any sort of result against Carleton, you have to go back to 2001, a 1-1 draw there. The last win for Viterbo was 1994, a 2-0 victory for Viterbo. So far, so good. A lot of game left, however. About 20 minutes remain here in the opening half. We're about the 26th minute of this one. Throwing from the far side. Dances on a couple of heads. Now trying to break forward with it is Paquette Oliveira. He goes down. No call by the official. And that'll warrant the eye and the whistle. That one looked a little more rough from up here. That's probably the right call. Carleton breaking forward again. Held possession for much of this first half. Is Ebrak. Gets it to the far side. To the near side. Shapiro races it down before it goes out of bounds. A couple step overs now. Left-footed cross. Deflected down. Remains in play. As big defensive stop there. Able to twist and take that one. I believe it was Paquette Oliveira. You want to say that again?
Just a brief analysis. I saw that Carleton has been in the Viterbo half a lot.
Rules analysis. No way. Tell you, I'll bring the microphone next time, I swear. And that could be a while, because I don't believe the next match here, well, actually, Upper Iowa coming up next. That'll be September 11th. Midweek match. But then after that, it's a little bit of a while. I think it's September 27th or so, and that'll be about time when conference play starts. So then these matches with a little more merit. Play just outside the 18-yard box, trying to in ball. Here's Luke Brown trying to get a shot, and it's deflected out by Ted Holstein. But Upper Iowa, September 11th here at home, and then it's on the road to UW Stevens Point for a D3 match. Quite a big early season schedule. As coming off is Briggs Preem, and in his place will be Danny Ortiz, a sophomore out of Pinecrest, Florida. Ortiz has played in 18 matches last season for the Knights. Scored his first and only goal of his freshman season against Viterbo last season. Of course, it was a 3-0 victory in last year's contest in Northfield, Minnesota, as Handstrom, my apologies, chases that one down, but out of bounds by the time he got to it. There'll be a corner here for Viterbo. First corner for them here this afternoon. Get Oliveira. Sends it to the back post. Trying for a header on the far side. Was Marcelo Puertas, and he gets a piece of the defender, and immediately they're going to have to call upon the training staff because potential head injury, of course, on a ball like that. But not a bad start here. About 16 minutes left to play. 0-0 the score between these two squads. Nothing to separate them so far. Take a look at some of the numbers right now for both sides. 2 shots to nothing for Carleton. 1 shot on goal for Viterbo. One corner to 3 corners, 1 save to no save. Carleton in front in those 2 aspects. 2 offsides for Carleton. Viterbo's 1. 7 fouls called against Viterbo, only 2 against Carleton. Very disciplined. No cards have been given out. So now we'll have ourselves a trio of substitutes for Viterbo. 16, 35, and 10. Sebastian Acosta, Felix Lindemark, and Ronmel Alfaro. Entering onto the pitch here, get some time halfway through the first half. Be a goal kick here for Leo Kugel. As he gets us back underway here. Danny Ortiz in the midfield, almost with a turnover, as Ben Roman able to kick it out. Deflects off of a Viterbo man, and Carleton remains in position on throwing. Great turn there by Asherbert to break forward. Try to jar that one loose. Jankowskis plays it back. Viterbo now with an opportunity. Trying to break it forward. Here's Eichhorn. Can't get much on it. Played down and headed away. As now Carleton trying to break forward. Marching forward, Luke Brown able to give it up. Ben Pinnell. Till Viterbo retakes it. Swede in the midfield, Hamstrom. You know, last time we were on the broadcast, I was told that some people watching from Sweden were impressed at the fact we talked about Sweden a little bit. So if they're watching this one, how do you say hello in Swede? We'll have to figure that out.
Yeah. I've learned some words in training, but they're not.
Some words in training says no way.
But they're not appropriate.
They're not appropriate. I suppose if you're playing with some of these guys, I imagine the first words you hear outside of hello would probably be the ones where it's, you know, you unintentionally decleat somebody and then calls you something you didn't even know that was a word, and even in their native language. We kind of mentioned that a bit before with this Viterbo squad, a whole host of guys from all across the globe. That is now breaking forward with it. Here's Hayes Turner as that one played out. Good in defense by Ethan Stewart. Doing a fine job here on the near side. It'll be another sub coming on in for Carleton. This time it will be William Schrock. Schrock, a junior out of Kansas City, Kansas. And we talked about it, right? Central America, Latin America, and Europe. Kalenia all the way from Kenya. So that's 3 different continents there. A whole host of guys from the United States on the far side. And cleared away. For Carleton, it's vastly different. There's a lot of these guys, almost all, I believe every single one of these guys from, and that is true, every single one of them from the United States. A lot of them from California and Nevada. Some from Minnesota, Texas, Connecticut, Iowa, Washington, Illinois, even New Jersey. In their own right, I suppose. You know, you call New Jersey the Sweden of America. Maybe, I'm not sure. The culture there is great. Both places, New Jersey and Sweden. Never been. I haven't been to either. Everything I know, read in books or online. As a big pass forward here to Pinnell. Flag stays down for the time being. He's one-on-one. Kalenia with a great stop. Pinnell looking for something that nobody can seem to find. That was a great ball forward, and Kalenia with a masterful stop to keep this 1-0 apiece. As here comes the Knights once again. William Schrock goes down, and a yellow, I believe, will be shown to Sebastian Acosta. As Pinnell is talking to the official, saying what he saw that last time around. When he was one-on-one, as a yellow has been shown. to Arnaud Perot-Huillet. Picks up the first yellow for either side in this one. As Vanderlage is set to take the free kick here. The first booking here in the 34th minute. And Vanderlage set to square this one up. Stands over the ball, ready to go. Set his guys in motion, into the box, had it away. Torres to chase it down. He'll kick it out. It'll be a throw-in on the far side. Never mind. Well, it will be. Just for Viterbo. So we're so far back up here. You know, we have binoculars and everything, but if it was deflected, maybe I assume I was wrong when I.
Oh yeah. It's hard to see anything.
It is. It is. And I can't imagine for you. I mean, you've got screens to look at. Talking to our rules analyst. No way. He's been a great help. The first two games I've asked him, I've written down the lineups. And he says, they don't look great, but you've got the right idea. And I go, thank you very much. I mean, you know, it's a learning experience. And it's down in the midfield. Was Marcelo Puertas taking down a man, that man being William Schrock. He'll run it off. He'll be all right. Be another free kick here. Alexander Grocia to do the honors this time around. Beyond the midfield line in the inner circle. Here with about 10 minutes left to play in the first half. Ball played in, headed up into the 18-yard box, played down, right foot. Here's Ortiz, played away. Now rushing forward with it is Acosta. Numbers not in his favor, and that one taken away by Asher Burt. Played all the way back to Kugel. Almost out of bounds. Viterbo able to preserve it. And now here's Pinnell racing forward again. Got a couple numbers in help, trying to get past the man guarding him in Eichhorn. I believe I got that number wrong.
They scatter within each other.
It's a throw-in on the far side. Trying to ball into the box. Need away. As here's Jankowskis now. Breaking away. Jankowskis to his left. On his right, tries a ball in. Has it deflected off of the defender, and Hayes Turner will be another corner for Viterbo. Corner be taken by Acosta. He runs up to it. The in ball is going to be caught by Kugel to clear the threat for Viterbo. The threat of Viterbo for Carleton. A little more technical with it. About 8 minutes left to play in the first half. A stalemate between these two clubs right now. These two programs, these two teams, whatever you want to say. So here's Turner again. Second time he's done this, able to pass it forward. Hudson Benitez has it taken away. Ted Holstein. It's been as good as they come on that back line here this afternoon for Holstein. Talk about Holstein a little bit. He started all 4 matches he's played in this season. He's named the conference second team last year, playing in 15 matches, starting in 14 of them, as he remains a big force on the back line from Sweden, as we mentioned. Players subbing on in. That'll be Riley Jones from Urbandale, Iowa. And looks like the man coming off will be Felix Shapiro. Viterbo player waiting to come on, that being Emil Larson. Has a throw in. He's headed away. Battling for it in the middle part of the field, middle part of the further half of the field. He's waiting to throw it in is Ethan Stewart. Likes to flip it on back to Perot-Ouellet. To Caleno. Forward the ball goes to Felix Lindemark. Back to Puertas. To Caleno. Tries to find some open room. Gets it to Stewart. Plays it forward to Lindemark. Lindemark to Jankowskis. Back to Lindemark. Good build up here by Viterbo. Mateo Torres has it taken away. Pushing with it. Finn Lennon. Or my apologies, William Schrock. He's still pressing forward. Tosses it into open space before it's cleared away by Perot-Ouellet. As it was very good. Boom, boom, boom. Called kinetic energy of sorts, able to bounce off of each foot. Relative ease here in the 40th minute. 5 minutes left to play here in the opening frame. Be a spot kick here. Asher Bird. Long ball. Back corner. Back post. Can't find it. Caleno grabs hold of it. Two players set to sub on now for Viterbo here. Right before the end of the break. Or end of the first half. As Will Umscheid from Winchester, Massachusetts, into this match, able to clear that one out. And the subs now on. Emma Larson, as we mentioned, one of them. And Sebastian Ortiz, a goal scorer against Dakota Wesleyan here. And looking for somebody to get Viterbo back on the board here, right before the end of the half, perhaps. Be big if you can go up against a D3 squad like Carleton before the break. Puts the pressure on them in the second half. Has a throw in. He's headed away. Play down on the right foot. Some space, able to get it to the near side. Here's Emma Larson. Larson trying to sneak a pass forward. But deflected off the right foot of Benitez. Played out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in on the near side. Quickly taken. Ortiz remaining tough up front. Get those fresh legs in. Get some chasing guys around as Burt plays it to Umscheid. To the far side it goes. As Finn Lennon races forward, and now Viterbo in control. Alfaro able to play it back to the near side to Emil Larson. 3 minutes remain here in the opening frame. Best bit of possession we've seen out of Viterbo here as Ortiz into some open space on the near side. One-on-one, trying to get past his defender. Can't quite. Plays it back to Larson. Larson lays it on for Acosta. Is able to flick it. Lindemark puts shot on goal, and that one wide of the net. Good opportunity. Maybe just a bit too far. Just a bit. Two minutes remain here in the opening half. 0-0 the score between these two squads. As we mentioned, Carleton has won the last 6 matchups, scoring Viterbo 28-2. A couple of those matches being a 2018 affair where it ended 10-0 in favor of Carleton, and then 5-0 in 2023. So far, so good for Viterbo holding their own. We said they have not beaten Carleton since 1994. Of course, the first matchup you date back to 1989.
Was it 31 years?
31 years. It's been a minute. So looking to do something that hasn't been done in quite a while against a squad like Carleton. Of course, next up on their plate, their first conference opponent being their Cannon River rivals in St. Olaf. They'll play that one across the Cannon River on the campus of the Olies. Or since 1970, St. Olaf leading the way with a 33, 25, and 5 mark. Of course, even their head coach, Bob Carlson, played for the Olies. Won the 1984 MEAC title. It was the first NCAA bid for a MEAC squad. Minnesota Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. He's done it as an assistant. He's done it as a head coach. He's done it as a player. As a header by Pinnell. Turned on goal, and Kalenia able to make the stop. You know, you coach it for 29 years. You amassed 307 victories. A dang fine coach, Bob Carlson. Final 10 seconds here in the half. A little kerfuffle. And that'll take us to the break. As Ronmel Alfaro colliding with a player, then walking over top of him, and that'll send us to halftime. Both teams unable to find the back of the net here in the opening half. A couple of saves by Kalenio and Kugel. And we are 45 minutes away from deciding a result in this one. Will it be a draw? Perhaps, the way it's looking right now. A couple of good attempts by both squads. They're late, Viterbo. And then for much of the first half, it was Carleton in this one. Leading shot taker right now for Viterbo, Joaquin Eichhorn. And for Carleton, that belongs to Ben Pinnell and Asher Burton, both with 1. But neither team able to find the back of the net. 0-0. We're at the break. You're watching Viterbo Soccer on the V-Hawk Sports Network.
That's why I was like seeing if like it comes up, but I don't see nothing on mine. It looks like they took out some bars. Yeah. Because this used to be packed. But now it's fine.
Hey, it's all good.
I actually thought
we have and I saw that you guys got a game after this.
Yeah, against St. Mary's University in Minnesota.
Yeah, I announced for them too. So.
Oh,
I'm not doing this, I'm doing their stuff. So they give me $75 a game and shit. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they got money over there.
Catholic school.
See, private schools that have, I don't even know. My girlfriend goes to St. Mary's University.
Yeah.
And I was like, I gotta beat them. I gotta show them who's boss.
Yeah, they're men's schools. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're 8 team, varsity.
Yeah,
yesterday.
Like barely. Oh, not barely.
4-2 is not bad, but I
at the squad. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, unlike this, you're not really like so, and that's me saying like,
No, yeah, because I've been looking at the stats too, and I was like,
their leading scorer last year was like 6 goals. And like, no, they just share the love. The guy's entire job is to score, so it's 6.
it's like they're passing the rock a lot. But other than that, I wanted to go to that school before I came here, but I guess they convinced me here.
Well, I'm glad you're here.
I appreciate that. But yeah, I'm excited to play them after this.
And that's right here. Do you guys go?
No, it's right here.
Just making sure.
I wanted to go over there, but
Oh, yeah, it's beautiful. I went to Winona State for college.
really,
You make it up there and go to some of the bars, man. It's cool.
I've been there too. I always go there and I'm like, it's not that bad. I've been to Lucky's, Gabby's.
Yeah. My favorite is Market by far. If it's like right now, like the first couple weeks of school and it's warm outside, like the back porch.
Really? Okay.
Come on, it's still there, rib darts. It's like so like Lucky's is like or Gabby's is like right here. It's like just right down the street.
Okay, I gotta go there. Because I've only been there like at night.
Yeah.
Other than a toppers run.
Oh.
I remember what was it? Just a couple of guys that I like met while I was there with my girlfriend. They're like, yeah, you guys hungry? And we're like, yeah, sure. Oh god, that toppers walk from like Lucky's. Yeah. It felt long to me.
Oh my god.
And I was like, oh, I cannot do this. But then I was like, wait, I've done this at lacrosse. I'm fine.
Yeah, I've had quite a couple of experiences there. Like every time my buddy tried to fight some old woman, which is like, he was shit drunk and he's pissing on the side of the building, and then somebody's like, is that guy pissing? And he turns like, man, fuck.
No.
And then it just turned into a shouting match. I'm like, stop. It was like this little Asian girl, this taller black guy, me, and I'm like in between. I'm like, hey, just go back to your car. Marcus, go. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, like 4 other black guys just show up and they're like, I don't even know if Marcus knew him, but they're like, hey, what is it? Is this girl causing problems? Brotherhood. You know?
You're like, we're fine.
And I'm like, no, fellas. Marcus, let's go. You guys can go. You go back to your car. And I'm like sitting there as a mediator. And the entire rest of that was like, yeah.
Then
You should not have asked if you were pissing, and you should not probably have called her a bitch right away.
like shouting it. Well, yeah, it's just like
Yeah, he's just sitting there. Shut up.
No, that happened.
God damn it.
I don't know what happened. That happened to me too, where I was trying to be nice. I was the other end. I wasn't the one who was drunk. I was trying to be nice. There was this girl like tripping with her friends. Like, she was falling, stumbling, and I was driving because my girlfriend wanted to get Urban to Urban. And I was like, yeah, let's go real quick. Since we didn't go out, let's at least get a sandwich. I'm passing by and I'm like, do you see that girl stumbling? Like, and I had a body armor in my trunk or like in the back seat. I was like, let me go offer her, be nice.
Yeah.
Try to be a good Samaritan. I look back and I'm like, hey, do you want this body? Her friend's like, she's fine. She doesn't want your number. I go, oh,
no.
fuck you. He's like, oh, fuck you, bitch. I threw the body armor at them and I drove off. It's like when you're trying to be nice, they just throw you rudeness.
And it's just like immediately like, oh my god, he's trying to pick her up because he's drunk. No. He's doing the opposite.
Yeah, it's
trying to help her out.
And my girlfriend was like, no, good thing, because I would have thrown something way more. I would have been throwing some other shit. And I was like, yeah, you're right. It's a good thing we just stopped.
Oh, love Winona.
Oh, it's actually very beautiful.
Beautiful.
I actually think it's much more beautiful than like lacrosse.
Oh, don't be wrong. Like that's
Yeah.
But like if you took that like all these hills and pushed them like right downtown, that's basically Winona.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah. 'Cause on the other side you see the Wisconsin bridge and then like Minnesota side.
I mean, technically we see Minnesota from right here too.
Oh yeah. But like the DT when you're downtown, it's actually nice.
Yeah, a lot of crazy nights, man. Same thing at Toppers one time. My brother, he went there as well. He was dating this girl who had a sister who was like a year older than me.
Okay.
And like it was a weird story. She broke up with him, but was like still like upset about something.
Oh.
He like moved on quickly. She didn't like that. So she would always ask his roommates like, oh, what's he doing? Like, right? So one time I'm at Toppers, and all of a sudden this girl,
Okay.
her sister had a big bull. So she's like, oh my god, I know you. You're your brother. Like, was sleeping with my sister. I'm like, the one with the big foot? And she goes, go fuck yourself. Immediately got up, started yelling at me, pushed me. And I'm like, I'm not gonna.
No, yeah.
No, besides, it was like she was drunk, so I'm like, okay, I'll be a big man.
Yeah.
She like shoved me, and I like NBA flop, like, oh Jesus, you know. I like fell on this table, and this like guy was coming out of the bathroom. He's like standing, or he wasn't coming out of the bathroom. He was just like standing by the bathroom. He goes, and I turn, I look at him, and he goes, yeah, I saw that shit. Fuck that bitch. I'm like, thank you.
No, yeah. I just can't take it. Like, we were trying to be nice and everything. Like, we always try to like stop you like that, or like just bring a bad vibe.
No, and then I got her. When I got save one cent for the day. Second half, I run out of energy.
Oh, yeah, the Swedes do, what is it called? Snus.
Oh, dude. Yeah, dude. They have, like, I had a buddy who, like, imported that stuff. It's like 14 milligrams.
Yeah,
and stuff.
it's insane.
Like, how do you even find that fun at that point?
No, they're
Give
crazy.
me the bud.
They're at practice and they're like, they look around and they spit it out and they're like, Coach, can I get water? And there they have their little packet in there. I've always like been tempted. I was like, does that make me play better?
That's the thing.
Like, let me get it.
Everybody's got their own thing. All right.
Halftime wrapping up here from the Viterbo Outdoor Athletic Complex. It's 0-0 apiece between the Carleton Knights and the Viterbo V-Hawks. I'm Cooper Lipsky. Joining me, the rules analysis, No Way. And I said next time we will have a microphone for you. I told Lynn about it. I said I got my guy No Way up here. She's like, yeah, we got a second headset. So who knows? That's what I'm saying. Whatever brings a better product to the listeners at home. That's pretty much what it is. But we get ready for the second half of play. The only thing that has changed from the first half is that now Viterbo will be moving left to right and Carleton right to left on your screen on the V-Hawk Sports Network. This afternoon, of the second half, I should say. Low ball through. This one cleared out and out of play. Mateo Torres able to scoop that one out and away. Now the throw in by Vanderlage. Vanderlage pressing forward. As a man is in Vanderlage thrown down. Tough in defense, Ronmel Alfaro. Saw Alfaro kind of get into a little tussle there at the end of the first half. Around midfield. Plays with some intensity. You like that as long as it doesn't pick up any cards for your side. Pretty much what it comes down to. So Vanderlage stands over the ball, trying to get the Knights in front. Ball comes in. It's headed away. Great stop there by Puertas. Keep the Knights off the board for the time being. It'll be another header racing over to take it. Will be Luke Brown. Trying for a separator here. About 4 minutes into the second half. Ball to the back post, doesn't find a head. It'll roll all the way, almost out of bounds. And they say it will. As Ben Pinnell was not able to get to it in time, will be a throw in deep in their own half. By the corner here to toss it in will be Torres. Throw in. Finds Alfaro as Viterbo trying to win possession. Can't quite. Played all the way back to Josh Zabrak. And now taken away. Pushing forward here is Acosta. Acosta able to find Alfaro. Alfaro with a right-footed shot, and he pulls it. Drags it wide left of the net, had a prime opportunity. But Zabrak coming over, and maybe that sight line being cut off there may have had an effect on it. The pressure coming down, as a team like Carleton so far, I imagine, you haven't seen too many opportunities, so when you're there in that final third, that pressure kind of gets to you a little bit. Is that correct, Noe?
Yeah,
That is a little true. I have a little understanding. We're still trying to get that feel for it. Throwing on the far side. It's Torres able to head it down. Trying to press forward. Unable to release Alfaro. And another foul called. Got the scrappy subs. Scrappy subs. They come in and taking guys down a little bit tougher than what you saw with the original starters in the first half, but I like it. A little fire maybe frustrates the opposing side a little bit. Leads to maybe more mistakes, perhaps. I'm not sure.
Press your legs more intense.
Yeah, there it is. See, that's what I was going for, not necessarily. But making them a little bit more tired because, you got to put guys on their backs a little bit more and tire them out. Of course, Carleton can also get their subs in as well. As Ortiz playing up front. There it is. Almost taken away. Paquette Oliveira. Oliveira had himself a very good match where he had 2 assists against Dakota Wesleyan. As a foul call. Vanderlage being a part of it there. Played all the way back to Ted Holstein, and out of play will be a throw-in. Right below us. Notice out here, we're exposed to the elements. There are a lot more bugs flying around us. Little gnats. Feel them on the back of my neck. I'll pluck them off. But I do like it being up this high. I do games at St. Mary's up the road, and a little lower, a bit more closer to the action, but having this bird's eye view is pretty nice.
You can see everything.
You see everything. There's really no obstruction in the way. Once it gets down to the corner in the Carleton end, on the near corner, it's kind of tough, and I imagine on camera as well. Can't necessarily see what's going on in that corner. But not bad whatsoever. You get this bird's eye view. Say, I like being on top of things, broadcaster. Some guys like being, basketball. Some like being down low by the floor. Some like being up top. I'm one of those guys that kind of like seeing everything, seeing the play build up like this right here. Pressing forward, trying to get a touch out of the box. Alfaro puts it in the back of the net. Saying Ronmel Alfaro, senior out of Glen Burnie, Maryland, scoring his first goal since 2021 when he played at the Community College of Baltimore County, Cattonville. And that'll put Viterbo up by a goal against Carleton College. Here in the 54th minute. First time all season that Carleton has trailed in a match. And Paquette Oliveira puts one on goal again, and that one wide. Then the scrappy subs getting after it.
Yeah, straight up, just coming in.
Coming in, causing chaos. I believe that was Sebastian Ortiz who initially put the pressure on Leo Kugel. Had that ball right at the feet of Alfaro, who takes the open goal and makes it 1-0. So the pressure on for Carleton now, because I imagine we'll see a lot of those starters for Viterbo re-enter in this one. Then you get the big guys, you got Holstein out there who's holding it down, as well as Perot-Wiet in the back line, doing a fine job. Even Mateo Torres. They've been wonderful defensively as Ortiz trying to play this one forward. They'll play it all the way back to Kugel. The same team collision there as Holstein went down. Undercut there by Marcelo Puertas. Ronmel Alfaro in the 53rd minute, putting Viterbo up by a goal here. As here's Ortiz pushing forward, trying to get past his couple defenders, and it's played out by Hayes Turner. Perhaps trying to put the Chicagoland on notice here. The win over a D3 squad. Squad with as much pedigree as the Carleton Knights. Of course, a lot of game left. 35 minutes left here in the second half. Ronmel Alfaro gets on the score sheet, his first of the season. As the in ball is played out. Now trying to rush forward here is Ben Pinnell. Torres racing with him, trying to get it back to Coleno. He'll clear it. Go well out of bounds here. It'll be a throw-in. Be Hudson Benitez, who will hand it off to Roman. He'll get it in near. And now trying to go forward again with it. Playing all the way back is Zabrak. Alfaro in pursuit. Kugel clears it. A bit of a big touch there by Lindemark. Lindemark, another Swede on the team. As a pass intercepted. Down goes Lindemark. He's back up, trying to press forward. Here's Alfaro. He won't get to it. Out of bounds it'll go. It'll be a throw-in for the Carleton Knights. 1-0 in favor of Viterbo here. Trying to get a result. Both squads undefeated this season, so something's got to give. Carleton 3-0. First time they've trailed in a match all season, so and just a good moment for Carleton. Of course, 3-1 win against UW River Falls, a victory over Simpson College and Bethany Luther. Here against Viterbo, they've run into a bit of trouble as coming off the pitch here is Asher Burt. And coming on will be Finn Lennon. Talking about Finn Lennon, he has started in all 3 matches this season. Up before this one, he came on as a sub for Ben Roman. Roman gets his first start of the campaign. Viterbo continues to battle for it on the far side as it's played out. It'll be another throw-in for the Knights. But not a bad start to the second half here. All without Jankowskis or Joaquin Eichhorn out on the pitch. And those two being the big goal scorers for Viterbo. This Viterbo squad early this season, currently second in the conference for goals as a team. They sit behind St. Ambrose, and at St. Ambrose, the Fightin' Bees have put up 13 goals the early part of their season. Viterbo will face St. Ambrose later this season. Part of the conference schedule, of course, will be a free kick for Marcelo Puertas. Perhaps a second opportunity for Viterbo. They like to play it to the far side. Back to Puertas. Puertas. Over to Ortiz. Ortiz. And they'll play it back. All the way back to Coleno. The Kenyan goalkeeper. To the near side, it goes to Holstein. Over to Lindemark, back to Holstein. Coleno has it deflected, and it falls right to the feet of Vanderlage. He tried to dump off a pass. It's taken away. Playing it forward. Here's Alfaro trying to get the ball to the center part of the field, trying to pick out Paquette Oliveira. Great turn. Pushing forward. Here come the Knights once again. Vanderlage on the near side tries to release Pinnell. Can't quite, and a great slide, a Take that one away by Mateo Torres. Quick throw in. Pinnell and Puertas get tangled up. As Puertas is down. Grabbing at his lower stomach.
Yeah. My hip or something. Oh, wait, no.
Saying, no, he's all right. He gets up now. That moment he goes down, every moment somebody said, warm somebody up, he's like, no, wait.
No, don't take me off.
I just needed a little break. I'll just hang out on the floor here for a moment. It'll be a free kick for Vanderlage here. Carleton looking for the equalizer. Vanderlage's in ball. Back post, has a couple of guys picked out, and a great save by Carleton. Headed down by Finn Lennon on the back post, and Carleton right on top of it. Another save for him. Carleton, the goalkeeper, the number one goalkeeper this year for Viterbo. He appeared in 2 matches his last year, making 9 saves in 2 games and 1 start. Previously attended Cardinal Stritch University. For that, college went under as Carleton. As that will be offside, and regardless, the shot wide from the attacking Luke Brown. 30 minutes left to play here in this one, about the 62nd minute. Viterbo in front, 1-0. Carleton playing from behind, a very unusual place to play from for this Carleton side this season. As coming off is Ben Pinnell, and in his place will be Matvey Keshkeika. He's the one player who is from another country, that being Russia, from St. Petersburg, Russia. It's kind of that little European strip. 2020, I believe St. Petersburg hosted a game in the Euros.
Oh, yeah.
Part of the World Cup in 2018. This shot well high and far. It was a good attempt there by Sebastian Acosta. But Keshkekin, trying to get that name right. That's a whole lot of K's. Another throw in here for Viterbo, as that one trying to get it to the near side, unable to pick on a Carleton Knight. Be a throw in for Mateo Torres. Tries to play it in deep, it's headed away. As Luke Brown has to take it away for the time being, now pressing forward is Ben Roman. Played all the way back to Kugel. Immediately dishes it out. That's kind of how Viterbo got their first goal, was a high pressure. Able to get a deflection and a miscue, and Ronmel Alfaro able to dispatch it to put Viterbo up 1-0. 27 minutes left to play. They'll take their time, however. Especially, on some of them balls out of play, they'll take their time getting to it and throwing it in. That's here pressing forward. Taze Turner into the box. He puts one on his left foot and puts it in the back of the net. Hayes Turner dancing through the Viterbo defense. Able to put it in the back of the goal, and we are all even at 1 apiece. Turner's second goal of the 2025 season. We are all level here from the athletic complex. back on a level playing field. Alfaro streaking up the near side, tries to play it forward. Racing to it is Lindemark. He goes down in the box. Be a foul against Finn Lennon. Will set up for quite the angle here, setting up just outside the 18-yard box. It'll be Sebastian Acosta to take this one. One man making up a very small wall for Carleton as Viterbo trying to get back in front. Ball in, headed away. Plays it right back to Acosta. Has deflected. Acosta going to have to go back deeper for it. This one played out by Vanderlage. 1-1 the score. Alfaro put Viterbo in front in the 53rd minute. And Hayes Turner moments ago in the 64th able to get the equalizer. And that ball able to find the hand of Acosta. 25 minutes left to play. It's not about the first one necessarily for Viterbo. It's about the second one. Whether it's them scoring or Carleton scoring. Of course, as we mentioned, Viterbo has not picked up a result since 2001 against Carleton, whether it be a draw or a win. As here's Acosta. Looking for somebody to give it off to. Finds it to the near side, Alfaro on the wing. He cuts in. Gets it back. Ken Oliveira to the far side, played down by Ortiz. Now trying to hit a man on the run. The far side, in ball, can't find the head of the attacking Felix Lindemark. Now the attacking presence of Eichhorn and Jankowskis enter back into the fray. Sebastian Ortiz will find himself back on the bench here, as well as the goal scorer in Alfaro. Corner to be taken on the far side by Acosta. Low in swinger and cleared immediately. Jankowskis back to get it. He tries pressing forward. His in ball. Trying to find the head of Eichhorn, but Kugel swoops in to collect the ball. Now one out of play. Be a throw-in for the Knights. Of course, it doesn't necessarily get much easier for Viterbo coming up. Division II's Upper Iowa Peacocks come to the outdoor athletic complex here. I played for it, still onside, racing to the far side. Luke Brown looking for somebody to pick out, plays it forward, cleared out by Holstein into the parking lot. Result in a corner. Another big opportunity here for the Knights. Take this one is Luke Brown, as he has on those corners on the far side of the pitch, opposite of us. Ball comes in. Loose for a moment, can't find a head, racing back for it is Grossa. Be out of bounds, and that'll warrant a substitute. Coming off is Luke Brown, and coming on is Ben Pinnell. Throwing, trying to find a man, and down in the box goes Ben Roman. Able to clear it. Here's Jankowskis now. See him pushing forward. Has it intercepted. Now trying to break forward. Torres goes down, trying to defend it. As Roman was on the attack. Kalenu collects it. Talked extensively about Jankowskis being has a Lithuanian call-up in his career, the 19U, part of the under 19 Euro qualifiers with Lithuania, where he's able to score a goal against Belgium. Of course, World Cup qualifiers is going on right now. I believe Lithuania played in yesterday's match.
Portugal?
Or the night before. It's one of the things where I'm trying to find who it was. They're in a group with the Netherlands, the Polish, the Finnish, and Malta. So we have a free kick here for Sebastian Acosta, trying to whip this one into the box. Ball comes in. Initially hit the foot of Marcelo Puertas, and they'll play it back. As the Lithuanians lost to the Dutch 2-3 in their qualifier match. Tough one against the Netherlands. And on the European side, I am a Polish descent, so I tend to pull for Poland. Playing Finland right now. It's played into the box, and down goes a man in defense for Viterbo.
Here, gotta get going. Gotta get one more.
As our rules analyst, No Way, is got to get ready for his match. So we wish him well. Second game against St. Mary's, a reserve squad. Here, 19 minutes left to play. Viterbo even with Carleton, 1-1. Here, trying to break forward with it is Acosta. Plays it back to Torres. Torres with numbers in front of him. But good in defense. Finn Lennon able to poke it away. A couple more subs coming on. Jonathan Vanderlage will make his way off for Carleton. On is Ian Vichnik. Fields Lindemark will find his way off. And Andriy Ketsuk will be back on. As Eichhorn's in ball is deflected away, it'll result in a throw-in for Viterbo. Throw-in comes in. Flicked on by Eichhorn. Remains in the box till it's played out by Carleton. Trying to remain ever so present on the attacking final third for Viterbo. Ball remains in. Stopped the play for a moment by Finn Lennon and Eichhorn. It will result in a goal kick here. Talking about the World Cup qualifiers. Talked about Lithuania a little bit, and I know we've got quite a few Swedes listening, but here on the attack is Ben Pinnell. Working against Torres, taken away. Here's Ted Holstein, who deflects it off of Pinnell. And it'll stay Carleton way here. Another big opportunity. Sweden on Friday picked up a 2-2 draw against Slovenia. So that's our little look around the world, what's going on in the World Cup qualifiers. Corner by Carleton. Played in and headed away. Ted Holstein, the Swede. been sensational there in the back line. Defensively in this one. Played out. Eichhorn thinking that one should have gone his way. Here's Benitez. Plays it forward. Schrock now. Out of play, and it'll result in another corner. Andriy Katsuk. Only a sophomore. From Uzhhorod, Ukraine. Corner to be taken by Asher Burt. Low in swinger. Cleared out by Torres. Punts this one away, and that one behind and out of play. Result in a throw-in. Finn Lennon to do the honors. The official saying you can't throw it in from there. You got to throw it in where the ball went out. Pays it in quickly to Schrock and out of play, and it'll result in Viterbo getting awarded a throw-in. Ken Oliveira trying to work down the far near side of the pitch till it goes out of bounds and result in another throw-in for Viterbo here. 15 minutes left to play, 1-1 the score. Viterbo looking for a result. Last time they drew against Carleton was 2001. A 1-1 draw in that matchup. That one flicked forward by Ken Oliveira. Cleaned up by Leo Kugel. Here's Viterbo. Once again, Marcelo Puertas trying to get it to Eichhorn. Here goes Puertas in some open space. Tries to flick it forward. Can't pick out the head of Yankoskis. Torres able to flick that one forward, but Kugel able to clean it up. Here in the 77th minute, Puertas remains down. Have ourselves a couple of subs coming on now for both sides. One of them being Felix Shapiro for Carleton. And Johan Hamstrom for Viterbo. When the head official sees fit. A couple of V-Hawks going back to the dugout, the touchline to talk to Roberto Yepes. But not a bad afternoon for some football here at the Outdoor Athletic Complex. Carleton remaining ever so present in their half. Still remaining tough. Dancing with it here is William Schrock. He likes to give it off to Pinnell. Pinnell, tough with it. Flicks it forward. Danny Ortiz plays it back. Near side it goes to Finn Lennon. Lennon, ball in, has a man, can't pick him out. Ian Vichnik on the run, just can't get a foot on it to steer that one in, and he'll find himself back on the bench here, as we mentioned. The incoming subs. Sebastian Acosta off for Handstrom. Final 13 minutes left to play here between the Carleton Knights and the Viterbo V-Hawks. Carleton's next match on September 10th against Grinnell College away. For Viterbo, they'll be right back here against Upper Iowa, D2. Another D3 foe against UW Stevens Point. That one will be played in Stevens Point. You gotta like what you see right now. Joe Roberto Yepes holding their own against the D3 squad, or the ever so tough Minnesota Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. Quite the bout between these two right now. Free kick will be awarded. be a couple of subs set to check on for both sides, but first, free kick to be taken by Felix Shapiro. Viterbo has handled these very well so far in this one. As it comes in, headed up in the air as it comes down to Carleton. Tries to break forward quickly and headed away. Pad numbers going forward for Viterbo till it's played back. William Schrock holds it. Undercut by Puertas, and now a foul called. It'll be interesting to see, and it will be awarded Viterbo's way. Battling with Puertas for that possession. Viterbo with 12 minutes left to go. 1-1 the score between Carleton. A 53rd minute goal by Ronmel Alfaro put Viterbo in front. Carleton answered back in the 64th. Sparta is able to win it back for the time being, and now trying to clear to the far side, racing under it. Able to keep it, try to keep it in play was Jankowskis. But the ball spins off his head and out of bounds, be another throw-in. As Torres comes off for Viterbo, coming on will be Jaden Weifel. Here in the 80th minute. Action-packed second half. Something's got to give, however. It feels like there will be another goal in this one. Carleton putting on a lot of pressure here in the second half. Able to get one goal back. Get the second. They can hold in. Dig deep. Holstein tries to flick it forward. Paquette Oliveira there until it's headed away by Zebrak. Remains in possession. Here's Ketsuk. Flips it forward to Handstrom. Handstrom tries to find Jankowskis. Leaves it a bit short. Hayes Turner over to it. He's a goal scorer in this one. Here comes the Knights again. Playing it forward. Until Perot Ouiet able to clear it. That's Luke Brown checked on for William Schrock. As well as Van der Lage for Ian Vichnik. Appears there'll be another corner for Carleton here as that one played out by the Frenchman for Viterbo. Take this one is Luke Brown. Brown, high in swinger and well out of play, and that went into the parking lot. For a moment it bounced off a car and came back. More of attacking presence as Sebastian Acosta re-enters the fray for Paquette Oliveira. Acosta has been dynamite in the midfield for Viterbo in this one. His time on. As Carleton with a little bit of trouble with Pinnell. This one deflected back into the hands of Carleton. Viterbo waiting. Carleton kicks it away. Eichhorn tries to flick it forward. Jankowskis racing all the way to try to collect it as it's played out of bounds by Zebrak. Eichhorn gets a throw in. Holstein trying to keep it on the Viterbo attacking side of the pitch. Eichhorn able to pick out Acosta. To the far side. Ethan Stewart plays a ball in. And on top of the goal. Trying to pick out Eichhorn, and perhaps a wind getting under that one a little bit. Carrying that one a little bit farther than he intended to. 9 minutes left to play in this match. Both squads looking to try to separate one another. 1-1 the score. Played forward, Eichhorn. Looked like he was about to be released, but too tough ahead, and Kugel collects it. Here's Wafel. Plays it in. Able to pick out Acosta. Acosta racing forward into the box. Puts it on his right foot and finds Joaquin Eichhorn for the separator. Eight minutes and 28 seconds away from picking up Viterbo's first victory over Carleton since 1990. Joaquin Eichhorn. In the 82nd minute, puts his V-Hawks in front. Mark it down as Eichhorn's team-leading 4th goal of the 2025 season. And no bigger one than that here against Carleton. Massive collision. Official says to play on, however. Plays it all the way back to Caleno. Now racing into some open space. V-Hawks once again looking to make it a 2-goal deficit for Carleton. Here's Acosta, man who set up the goal moments ago. Pressing forward here. Wafel has it taken away. Played forward to Hanstrom. Trying to remain tough against Asher Burt. He plays it back. Ketsuk almost able to get it to Eichhorn. He gets it right back. Now to Acosta. Flips it to Ketsuk. Over the top looking for Eichhorn again, but Kugel chases it down. 7 minutes left here in this match. 2-1. And Caleno will sit on this one. Plays it forward. Batted up in the air. And a header by Wafel. Sebastian Acosta able to pick out Joaquin Eichhorn in the 82nd minute to make it 2-1 in favor of Viterbo here late. Be a throw-in for Wafel. Ball comes in. Trying to find Acosta. Now with it, Ben Roman. Roman still pushing forward till Holstein clears it. Puertas over to it. He gets shoved down by Jonathan van der Lage. He'll take his time getting up. 6 minutes left to play in this one. Closing in on the 85th minute mark. Wafel to get us back underway. Plays it deep. Sends Eichhorn to get it. Tries to keep it in play. It will result in a goal kick. Try a little bit of time wasting here. 5 minutes remain. Kugel has it deflected. Hanstrom to Eichhorn. Back to Handstrom. Able to pick out Wafel. Wafel cutting in now. Sticking with it. Tough in defense is Vanderlage. Couple players go down. Acosta now has it taken away. Eichhorn plays it back. Now forward it goes. All the way back to Wafel. Tries to chip one in. Played away by the Knights defense. Here come the Knights once again. Now Puertas in possession. Gets it to Jankowskis on the far side. Battling with Ben Pinnell. Carleton trying to get some numbers forward. Here in the 86th minute. Electing to punt this one away as Ethan Stewart will be a throw-in from the far side. Throw-in is taken. As down goes the Carleton attacker. Alton Hayes Turner. Thought for a second he may take it. They're going to give it to Luke Brown here. Dangerous situation, looking for the equalizer. The set pieces have not been too kind to Carleton. They've only 2 shots on goal from set pieces in this area. As Brown to take it. In swinger. Headed away by Holstein. Remaining on the attack, however. Trying to flick it inward. Shot by Pinnell off the crossbar. Played out. Another shot comes in and it missed wide left. Vanderlage, it fell to his feet. And Ben Pinnell almost mere inches away from drawing this thing even at 2 apiece. He was left all alone right in front of the net. And by a matter of millimeters, mishit it. Kaleno gets his back playing as Acosta tries to flick it forward. Volleying it back and forth with the head, both sides. About 2 minutes left to play in this one. Acosta for a minute as a foul called before Ketsu could get that shot away. Free kick taken by Grossa. Headed out by Puertas. Taking a beating in this one. As a trio of V-Hawks trying to discern who should take the ball. As it's played back. Racing forward here. Asher Bird tries to feed it inside and able to tuck it in. But not before offsides is called on the far side. It's a man in attack, Luke Brown, able to tuck it in to the back of the net, but the official on the far side with the flag saying that he was just a bit too antsy. Jumping offside at the last moment before that ball was played forward to him. A nail biter here late between Carleton and Viterbo. Scoreboard reads 2-2. as I believe that the offside flag was up. Head official over to talk to the official scores in this one. And that it is. Offside, score remains at 2-1. Luke Brown being helped off the field, hoping that he's all right. Put his body on the line for that attempt at goal. It was just a hair offside. 1:29 left to play here from Lacrosse. Viterbo trying to sneak out of here with a victory. An 82nd minute goal by Joaquin Eichhorn, assisted by Sebastian Acosta, the separator in this one. Carleton to get us back playing. Crunch time for the Knights. Had their opportunities. One off the crossbar from Ben Pinnell. As now another shot here taken from far by Acosta. It's grabbed by Kugel. He wants his Knights to go forward with a minute left, trying to draw even. Walk out of here with a point. I think points are only dictated to conference matches. Regardless, 50 seconds remain. Jankowskis goes to the corner with it. Flicks it inward. Here's Acosta, can't play it down. Hanstrom. 35 seconds remain. Jankowskis battling. Here, one final push potentially. Ball remains in the open space. Vanderlage plays it forward, headed up by Holstein. Broyed able to clear it with the help of Ethan Stewart. 10 seconds remain now. The final push for the Knights. Throw it. Huertas kicks it out of bounds, and that should do it. The final horn sounds, and for the first time since 1990, Viterbo has beaten the Carleton Knights 2-1. And it didn't come without the lack of biting some fingernails for Viterbo. A shot by Ben Pinnell ricochets off the crossbar in the 86th minute. Kept this one at a 2-1 advantage for Viterbo. We'll take a look back at the scoring in this one. It started all in the second half. 53rd minute, Ramel Alfaro able to dispatch one in the back of the goal to make it 1-0. And about 10 minutes later, it was Hayes Turner who cut up past the Viterbo defense and off his left foot, able to put one in the back of the net, freezing Peter Coleno. And then finally, Sebastian Acosta setting up Joaquin Eichhorn to make it 2-1 for Viterbo's second victory of the year, as they now improve to a 2-0-2 record. As for Carleton, they fall to 3-1-0. For Carleton, they hit the road against Grinnell College on September 10th. For Viterbo, a day later, they'll take on Upper Iowa here. And that should be a tough one there. Upper Iowa D2 squad, but as it goes to show, I don't think the divisions really matter, really. But that'll do it here from the Viterbo Outdoor Athletic Complex. A 2-1 victory for the Viterbo V-Hawks or the Carleton Knights. So that being said, we wish the Carleton Knights safe travel back to Northfield, Minnesota. For Viterbo, as we mentioned, we'll be back here on September 11th against Upper Iowa on the V-Hawk Sports Network. That being said, I'm Cooper Lipsky saying thanks for joining us. Hope to see you again sometime soon here on the V-Hawk Sports Network.